Play the X-Files theme.
Okay,
I see.
whenever you're ready. Lights are off at the house. Everyone is asleep except you and your crazy uncle. Except you and your crazy uncle ranting off at 2 a.m. about his suspecting yet crazy conspiracies about the government's hidden phenomenon. It will make you question if it's a simple star or a flying disc. Well, this headline will prove that your uncle's crazy suspicions are a hidden reality. He may not even be that crazy after all. Chills run down your body. Our breaking news reports is the infamous Roswell UFO incident of 1994. This story involves connections, highly classified government transportations, and all of the hidden will be revealed with our intensive research. It may even change the way you see our government today.
The FBI government document from the official website vault.fbi.gov was sent to the Dallas FBI office on July 8, 1947. It shows the paper documents of, quote, flying disc near Roswell, New Mexico. The description of the flying disc was hectagonal in shape, while hanging off a balloon cable that measured 20 feet in its diameter. There was a comparison of the flying disc to a high-altitude weather balloon with a radar reflector. This information is not known. The writer who wrote this information is unknown due to the documents being scratched off and sudden information. Now, why would the FBI specify important details while using words such as special plane or hectagonal in shape? Well, you know what else is similar to a hectagon? The Pentagon. Now you see, it may all connect. If we even scramble the words right field, we get D, E, G, I, T, F, L, W, I, H. Now, what's the information that's so important about this? Well, if we script out those words, it can say, don't ever ransack galactic interstellar travelers for loony wandering investigations. And H. But H is for hectagon. At the end of the day, it's your judgment from our very, very resourceful and very, very important newscasters. And this evidence will provide, that we provided today, will help you to decide your judgments. Thank you.
Now, what is this flying disc may actually be an alien spacecraft? Now, why would an odd spacecraft just be found in the middle of nowhere, especially in New Mexico? The Air Force's official website in July 1994, there was an exclusive research happening from the Air Force's office in connection with the Roswell incident. The reasoning for this research to happen for any sort of reason that the U.S. government or that the Air Force themselves would be hiding any sort of evidence involving the alleged crash, the recovery of extraterrestrial vehicle, and alien occupants from the July 1947 case. Now, just the word alien spacecraft sends chills down your body because maybe there is a non-human creatures roaming around the Earth.
So the government declares to call a name into Project Mongol-ish. I don't know, kind of rude name for an alien. The alien body that was also found in the investigation might have been concluded either a test dummy or even a member of the Air Force, which he passed away, which I don't think so. A kind of weird, random place in New Mexico. But the close final case investigation that the so-called alien were the test dummies from the recovery evidence, but the question is, was it actually a test dummy, or was it just something to cover up? Because there's no factual evidence of the test dummy that were found. There was alien bodies that were also too large even to compare that the government If the alien body are this big of their size, what if we replicated with a test dummy? That was the government saying that to cover up the evidence.
Now, now, what if someone collected all the materials from that scene? The continued conspiracy story involving the mysterious flying disc in the New Mexico brought different perspectives of it. Well, according to the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica, a rancher by the name of Mac Bezel, found unusual materials like tinfoil, rubber strips, and sticks. He went to the Air Force, they studied the unusual materials, and once again the Air Force came to the conclusion it was a weather balloon. Later in 1994, the Air Force admitted that the spy balloon they were using was for Project Module, was used for measuring the expectation of any nuclear bombs by the Soviet Union. Witnesses have said that it was alien bodies, disregarding any of the Air Force's conclusions. However, the Air Force steps over and once again states it was materials from Project Module. If you think about it, how can a balloon that was used for the US government catch an alien spacecraft and state a completely different story, like, oh, it was materials from a flying disc?
Just to add a little visual information, the balloon that they're talking about, it's like a weather balloon that's like this, and this balloon was specifically used in the 1990s just for the atmosphere of the Earth, and suppose the flying disc was hanging around like this. So that's how they were having different kind of conspiracy theories of either if it's an actual alien spacecraft or it's just like a built-in flying disc from the materials that were collected from the rancher.
So maybe the conspiracies aren't so crazy. Countless cover-ups. In fact, to add to the cover-ups, according to the National Museum of Aircraft and Travel by the Smithsonian, a very trusted museum here in the United States, the 300th and the 309th Bomb Brigade were the ones who investigated this. That's right. The people who created the nuclear bomb in New Mexico, the ones that we dropped over Japan, were the ones who were investigating these aliens. So countless cover-ups from the crazy theories, it leaves us questioning, are aliens real or not? Is it really just this little prop hung by a balloon, or is it really an alien? And what if those aliens are kept somewhere here on US soil that we don't know about? What if the hexagonal shape is related to the Pentagon? The connection can in fact be seen. Today, we leave you guys with the question of what happens in the skies above us. Have we noticed that ever since the 40s, technology has rapidly spiked? We went from props to jets. We went from making things out of steel to using carbon fibers, aluminums, different metals. NASA increased. We made it to the moon in the 60s. Everything happened so quickly. And what do we really think when we see a circular moving light in the sky? Our first thought is UFOs. Do we really trust this super shady government that runs this country to tell us the truth? We've caught them before. We've caught them in many lies. What makes us think they aren't going to lie about the aliens? Do we really know what goes on in space? Thank you.